Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Catwater Flame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. That's your cue, Cody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of Perseus Endeavors. We're going to be playing the Lancer RPG system. I'm going to be mission control. Cody, if everybody wants to go ahead and introduce themselves, starting with John.
I'm John. I'll be playing Oni, pilot of a Vanguard pattern GMS Everest called Mizuchi.
Andrew.
Hello, I am Andrew, and I'll be playing Sparky, piloting the Sniper Pattern GMS Everest Larimar 1.
William.
I'm William, and I'll be playing Valkyrie, piloting the Command Pattern GMS Everest Regenleif.
And Craig.
Hi, I'm Craig. I'm playing Maggie Hulbach, piloting the GMS Standard Pattern Everest Homestead.
All right.
Call sign Maw.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So we will begin our story. Starts with you can see a busy space hub terminal. In the foreground, in the background, you can see a large concentric ring structure with what looks like semi-mirrored image on the middle of it. Your characters would know it as a blink gate. As we go inside, very reminiscent of what a modern day for us airport would look like. Lots of hustle and bustle, people going to and from the central hub, from the external arms and such. We'll go into the crowd and John, if you want to describe Oni and what he's doing or what they're doing at the hub right now.
I assume I am heading towards some sort of data terminal to receive information on a mission. Oni stands at about 6 feet tall. Actually, I have his exact stats here because I forgot I have a dossier. Yeah, he stands 6 foot tall, leanly built. I forgot to update the overlay with his new character art, so this is slightly old, but white hair that hangs down to his shoulders, swept back, dark metal and dark metal and leather and the various other materials, pilot suit on, with a long red cloak sort of attached to it at various places, covering the large sword and assault rifle that are slung across his back. The assault rifle sort of hangs down low, and the sword hangs up over his shoulder. And looking very much similar to how his mech looks, which will be seen later. But I'm assuming that I'm approaching some sort of mission terminal to receive information.
Okay, yeah. Able to find a terminal to start flicking through windows, tabs, screens, all sorts of information you'd need to look for work as a Lancer. As we go inside, very reminiscent of what a modern day for us airport would look like. Lots of hustle and bustle, people going to and from the central hub, from the external arms and such. We'll go into the crowd and zooming through to a same arm, but different section. Andrew, what is Sparky up to?
Sparky is probably in a very similar position. She stands at around 5'10", 5'11", somewhat fair skin, blue eyes, black hair that's, while she's built for a soldier, her hair is definitely not military standard. It stretches down past her collarbone rather freely. But what is probably the most striking about her is that her left arm, hand, and shoulder are all obviously cybernetic. She is hiding. She's doing a very good job of hiding the fact that she has very little idea of what the best approach to finding work as a Lancer is.
All right.
She's doing the Disney character in a new situation thing, or just like sort of watching somebody else and mimicking what they're doing.
Less of that and more observing people and then only actually doing something after they stop.
All right. So as you're wandering around, yeah, we'll spot or zoom to a different area. William, what is?
Probably having just finished confirming her information and moving on towards her next destination is Shawnee, call sign Valkyrie, is very much has the hallmarks of a vat-grown, genetically engineered soldier. Very much that sort of, the face and body are sculpted far too deliberately and perfectly for most sort of natural-born humanoids. Everything is very clearly designed about her, from her leonine features to the like explicitly close, like almost like color picked on like a palette scale, orange of her hair. Very intentionally designed to stand out. That is cut into a military mohawk with one braid hanging loose from it. The armor that she wears, sort of heavier material with most of the actual armor plating currently removed just for ease of transport, is solid black with trim that is of the exact same color of orange as her hair. Eyes a very striking green with this sort of series of symbolized tattoos along the right side of her face, with a long boarding axe slung over her shoulder and a pistol on her hip as she sort of nods to the information that she's got and begins moving on to wherever her next destination is.
Yeah, and as you start moving through the crowd, you are given a little bit of a berth because a little bit intimidating for the general spacefarer through the terminal hub. You do see some other mercenaries and stuff like that kind of just give you a side eye, but other than that, you're
it's like
left to your own business.
Not just mercenary, kind of unearthly because of the whole like vat-grown nature.
Yep. Yeah. And then last but not least, Ma, what are you up to?
Maggie is, I think, actually, I wanted to confirm with John, but I think probably would be with Oni at this point.
Yeah.
I think they would be traveling together at this point. So walking casually in no particular hurry, a little ways behind Oni is an older woman, maybe late 50s, early 60s, about 5'8", with auburn hair that maybe used to naturally be that color. Probably is that color by choice at this point. Wearing a faded khaki jumpsuit, sort of a maintenance style jumpsuit with hullbuck stitched across it, and then stenciled around that top and bottom. There are two sets of teeth, like a sharp jaw that's chomping on it. And over that, so I'm wearing this shirt. She is wearing basically this same Hawaiian shirt, unbuttoned, just over her jumpsuit. Has a straw hat, battered straw hat with a hole through the brim, sort of pitched back over her head, and is carrying a duffel. And she comes up behind Oni and is just looking over his shoulder to see if he's finding anything.
Also, thanks to the magic of modern technology, I have in middle of the stream updated the overlay to have the correct character art for Oni.
I do actually. I made one error in the description. I said her eyes are green. They're actually blue. Correction.
Oni's eyes are also blue, which I completely forgot to say in my description.
Now we gotta just restart everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Cut over.
All right. So, yeah, as you guys are carrying on with your business, anybody looking outside of the windows or outside of the ports?
I imagine it's in view.
Yeah.
I imagine, in contrast to how she looks, Valkyrie is sort of looking around and taking everything in like it's a brand new experience, because she's probably been through this a few times, but at the same time is marveling at the technology that the Union can put forward.
Sparky would be in a very similar position, mostly because she's not used to traveling on her own.
All right. As you guys are kind of just keeping your eyes around, Oni's looking at the data terminal, but Shani and Sparky see a fairly large ship come through the gate towards the station that you are currently at, which I forgot to mention is called the Nakling station. It's in the Animite ring, which is the furthest out, just shy of the Perseus arm, on the southern edge of the Orion belt or Orion spur. You see the ship come out, and then shortly after, there's a short siren blast over the entire station PA system, which it wouldn't be a PA system, but over the station comms, and on your data terminal as well, it flashes a bright red screen that flashes attention. At the same time you're hearing this, a message that says, attention, attention. Any available Lancer class pilots currently within the Knockling station, please contact the ACN Arcadia within 5 minutes for an emergency contract. Details discussed upon Lancer verification. And it repeats 3 more times and gives the coordinates. And as you look out, well, you two can see that the ship that just came through is marked as the Arcadia.
Immediately make an about face and start moving towards that location. Let's go make contact.
Yeah, Sparky pulls out a data slate and speaks into it quickly. Astro, plot me a route.
All right.
Look over
Hear
my
that, Oni? They're playing our song.
look over my shoulder at Maul. Well, I guess we found a job then. Yes, let's go.
All right.
You guys travel through the terminal, and actually on your terminal, Oni, if you click on it, it'll give you the location for a station official to report to.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Other goddamn side of the terminal.
Unfortunately, it is.
Ain't that always the
Just right at the beginning of the central hub.
Come on, Ma, it's good exercise.
way? All right, but you're carrying my bag. And she immediately just passes it off to Oni.
Catches it, slings it over the shoulder, starts walking.
All right.
Oni walks with that. Oni walks with the purpose that you typically see in the stride of people who are the sort of the classic knight errant hero walk with the like straight back, posture correct, moving with momentum and purpose.
Carrying everything you own in that giant like sleeping bag sized rucksack over your
carrying
shoulder.
everything Ma owns in the giant. Everything I own is in the ship. is in my lance.
Ma, by contrast, is a little bit of a hunch to the shoulders and just sort of strolling along behind. She has a very slight limp, unlike Sparky's prosthetics, which it sounds like are fairly immediately obvious. As you can't really see anything, but from the right leg, she favors her right leg a little bit, and there's just a faint pneumatic hiss every time she takes a step on that leg.
And Valkyrie, unintentionally, again, because it's something that was specifically designed into her, walks with that sort of operative walk, the sort of feet very, very closely spaced with the loud click of the heel to draw everyone's attention to the person walking.
You have to walk in that very particular with purpose pattern for the cloak to billow, so that's what's happening behind her.
It's a specific speed. You can't go faster, can't go slower.
Yeah, no, if you go too fast, it whips about. If you go too slow, it doesn't move. So,
yeah, like Valkyrie's walking pace is sort of dictated by the footfall has to sound loud enough to draw attention.
All right, so Oni and Ma, as you guys are walking towards that central hub, you hear at the 4-minute mark, they repeat the message, except this time it's 4 minutes to reply. And it takes you a couple minutes to get over there, but you reach the station official, present them your Lancer license, and they direct you to, they get you the information that you had previously for your previous destination, and direct you to another transport where your Lance will be waiting for both of you. Shani and Sparky, as you guys are traveling towards the central hub again, or as well, you see an older woman and a younger gentleman. Why did that just go down? Presenting licenses and speaking with a station official, probably 4 or 5 spaces ahead of you in line.
let's be clear. You see a person with a Hawaiian shirt and a dude with a cloak.
Yeah, dude with a cloak, and a lady with a Hawaiian shirt.
Yep.
And the couple people in front of you, you see one person slide a license forwards, and then they're immediately directed to a different door, and as they go through, you see a pair of security officers go through that door after them, and then 2 more people, or the 2 people in front of you after that. One of them just gets out of line after seeing that, and the other one go ahead and you would notice your visual acuity is so high. You would notice they palm their license into their pocket and then just ask for directions before getting out of line so that you can present your license. And you're also directed to the door that the Hawaiian shirt and the cloak went through.
The Hawaiian shirt and the cloak coming to
Yep.
NBC this fall.
Yep, that's definitely a buddy cop show. But it's Town Guard buddy cop. It's somebody got thrown back in time.
Yeah.
Dude.
Or one of them is a
Retired police officer in a Hawaiian shirt gets thrown back in time to the medieval ages and has to work with the local captain of the town guard.
There you go.
Definitely watch that show.
All right. And Sparky, you are actually in line behind Shani.
Yeah, it would make sense for Sparky to get there last out of all of us.
But yeah, when you guys get to the terminal, you have about a minute left before that's the final message, and you guys are directed to the transports and loaded onto the ship.
As she goes,
It is only you four, by the way.
Yeah. As she goes, Valkyrie sort of pulls out a data slate and just, Mimir, the Dragon Leif is going to be transferred. Keep systems ready for potential drop. Apparently, we've got a job.
Upon hearing Mimir, because there are only so many people that would name their CompCon units that I like squint eyes, look over. Valkyrie, right?
Oni, good
Yeah,
to see you.
Good to see you too. It's been a while.
Oh, you two know each other.
Many years ago.
I don't think either of us were Lancers at that point.
No.
Sparky takes the opportunity while the others are talking to whisper to her own CompCon. Astra, prep the mech.
I don't have to tell my CompCon to prep the mech. It knows.
Well, so what if you all wasn't Lansing at that point? Where'd you meet each other?
No, we were still piloting. It was before it was back when I was piloting a Ronin.
Ah, all right. Or you became a Ronin. Little history joke for you.
There's a look on Oni's face. It's like, you're not wrong, but also not right.
I was piloting a Huskarl class Dragon Raider unit, designed for leadership, but it was, I think, a peacekeeping job when we first met.
Yeah. The SMC and your what are they called?
What was left of the dragons around me, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Working together on a job.
As you guys start to converse and make friends, reunite a little bit, you feel the rumble of the ship as it disengages from the station and starts heading towards the Arcadia. On the way, when you dock on the ship, you are when you get to the ship and you start disembark from it, you're greeted by a young individual in military garb, or assuming it's military garb for the system. They curtly nod, say, "Please follow me." Turn around and start heading towards the end of a dock, and they lead you towards an elevator up a few floors, probably about 20 floors. This is a very large ship. And then into what looks like a planning room of some sort, briefing room. They turn to you and say, "Please wait here. The consul will be here shortly to brief you."
I hand Maul back the bag.
Dash it in a corner, look around to see if there's any coffee or anything to drink.
There is no drinks in here. What you do see is just, it's very sparse. There's basically just a large table in the middle, a holograph table. And there's about elbow level shelving for setting notebooks or anything you bring in with you down. But other than that, it's very, very sparse.
Chairs at the table, or is it
There's stools underneath the shelving.
Okay. Maul hooks one out with a foot and sits down.
All right.
Is there
A few
a,
moments.
is
Oh,
this,
go
is
for
this
it.
just like a are there any windows or exterior facing ports on this in this room, or is it just solid
It's
wall?
just solid wall. This
Then-
is like a briefing room.
Then I am back against a wall facing the door.
All right.
Valkyrie just kind of leans over the holograph table, sort of waiting.
A couple moments. Pat. Oh, go for it. Sorry.
Sparky finds a back corner and basically just watches everyone else in the room. Her eyes flick from one to another after a few seconds.
Look over it. I look over at Sparky. Oni. I point at Maw. Maw. I point at Valkyrie. Valkyrie. And then I point at Sparky and wait.
She almost flinches when you introduce yourself. Sparky.
Nice to meet you.
Where you from, hon?
Fortune, out in the diaspora.
Oh, fancy.
I have no idea what that is.
If galactic star charts say correctly, a mining planet, or at least mineral rich.
More of a metropolis and development world, but yes.
And what you flying?
I'm sorry?
Well, you wouldn't be here if you wasn't a Lancer. What you flying?
I glance over at Oni because he seems to speak for the three of them.
I'm just looking at you, waiting to see what you're gonna say.
Maul goes like this. You know, flying, piloting, lancing. Come on.
Pilot.
But what is your mech? Is the question.
Right. Yes. Sorry. Larimar, Everest model.
Oh, nice. Fan of the GMSs myself.
Also an Everest. Mizuchi. Vanguard pattern.
Oh, sniper pattern.
Mhm.
Sorry, didn't make that clear.
Dragon Leaf, the command pattern.
You have the swarm.
Yes.
I'm
One
try that.
light Nexus for simple command and control.
I want to try those out, but I don't know if they mesh well with my combat style.
Door opens and walks a gentleman. Show you. Short white hair up on the top into a bit of a faux hawk. He's got cybernetics on that kind of wrap around the sides of his face, framing the top of his forehead and just under his cheekbones. Anybody familiar with cybernetic implants who's probably related to a military career. He walks in. Greetings, I am Military Counsel Calvin Stragus. Thank you for arriving and accepting this offer. I come with the authority of the Dynast Emery Vakori to request or to offer you a contract for the for assistance in diverting a rogue Class M asteroid headed for a planet in our system. As of 5 days ago, we were able to pick up this asteroid on our sensors at the edge of our heliosphere. We began printing propulsion systems to divert this and have it installed by an engineer team. That was 32 hours ago. We have not heard from them since. Current trajectory puts the asteroid on collision course with the planet of Andar, the haven planet in our system. It has extraterrestrial life on it, but no such civilization. We are on a separate planet, Andara Prime, but we have tasked ourselves with preventing this collision. We lost contact with the installation team shortly before they touched down on the asteroid. After 8 hours had passed, we sent in 2 strike teams to verify or to investigate them ourselves, if anything happened to the installation team, as the installation should have been done by that point. We have not heard from them in 4 hours. So with the asteroid coming closer to the system or to the planet, we are offering you, the 4 of you, it seems, a contract. If you can locate and deploy these printed propulsion units at the axis points on the asteroid so that the program can fire and divert this asteroid, or locate the installation and strike teams afterwards, you will be compensated with a Corvette class ship and a bit of mana, as we've recently officially joined the Union. So, is there any questions?
Is it Corvette space worthy, or is it a fixer-upper?
It has been decommissioned for some time, but it is space worthy. And he'll pull out he'll bring up on the hollow table an image of it.
Do I recognize this model of Corvette?
It's fairly old. It's probably about 100 years old, but it's a Corvette class transport for mechs. Like, each one of those bays can launch a size 2 mech out of the top, or a size 3 can be dropped from the bottom.
Each one of those bays on the side?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that's a space launch bay on top, basically?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that sounds good to me. But does that mean all 4 of us are sharing this ship?
We can compensate with if you're not all a group. Then we can compensate you with mana to buy your own ships. But
we can take a look at the Corvette at least, and if we're headed our separate ways after, we could probably stand each other long enough at least to get it into a port, or we could sell it, split the profits. She looks around at the others.
It seems to me that we may have a more pressing concern at this point.
There is an asteroid to be diverted, yes. I think we can worry about how we're going to divide a ship later.
Maul kind of waves her hand. One question about the asteroid. Any reason to think it ain't naturally occurring? Might have been launched? Is this one you all seen before in your system?
No, but it could have been the sensors that we put up were put up within the last The installation was finished about 5 years ago. So if it had a particularly long orbital path, it may have been outside of the sensor range when it was finished. We have no reason to believe it's been launched. It hasn't changed trajectory, and
Um,
if it was aimed at, I believe it would be at our planet instead of the Haven planet.
well, unless you wanted to depopulate a previously uninhabited, air quotes, planet in order to purchase or perform other operations on. A recently destroyed pre-spacefaring civilization world would be a really good staging point for an invasion.
Yes, this asteroid isn't quite large enough to cause a apocalyptic event, but it would severely. It has the capacity to be an extinction level event for the creatures on the surface. But we're here to prevent that.
Also, hell, people miss all the time.
Well,
Nods.
A lot of debris around it. You think your other crews might have just crashed or gotten wrecked up by the shit floating around it?
No orbital debris around it. Its general dimensions are a kilometer in diameter and about 2.5 kilometers in length. Fairly oblong. It is an irregular shape, but it seems to be one solid piece, which is good. We just believe that it is has a ferrous or some other type of magnetic metallic core, as there is a slight EM field that may have caused the interference.
well then,
Good enough for me.
assuming these engines are on the asteroid, we'll find them and deploy them.
Up and out.
We printed a secondary set in case for whatever reason they've been destroyed.
That's probably good.
Yeti Rambler 10 ounce.
Random ad.
Somebody had a 10-ounce steak coming to them.
No, my name is Calvin Stragus, not Eddie Rambler.
Eddie Rambler's 10-ounce steak.
Eddie Rambler's my nephew. I left him back behind on the ranch. Well, it's good enough for me. She looks around at the others.
Same here.
With the meteor incoming, time is of the essence. I believe this is a adequate mission.
Stragus, wearing a wedding ring or anything?
He's wearing gloves.
All right. So she looks over the other side. All right, up and out. She looks back at Stragus and winks. And I'll talk to you after.
He nods, and then as you all file out, he hands each of you a data slate with a contract. For
read over it, sign it.
Yep.
I'm gonna look towards Sparky because I haven't actually heard her confirm her desire to do the mission yet.
Sparky looks back at Stragus. One last question.
Yes.
Exact numbers of people you've deployed to the asteroid. 12, 100?
The installation team was 16, 2 engineer mechs. The strike teams were 2 teams of 10. So 36 individual non-mech units and 2 engineering. Unarmed.
So if we see more than 2 mechs on the surface, there'll be a problem.
If you see, yes, that would be a problem.
or if any of the mechs are armed.
Understood. We'll bring those people home.
Grateful.
Just in the back of Oni's mind, there's just a "don't make promises you can't keep."
See, Sparky doesn't know that.
Oh, that's why he doesn't say it out loud.
All right.
Oh, I meant just like in general. That's not something Sparky's familiar with.
All right. Yeah. So
Can
you guys.
I was just going to ask a lore question. Can
Yeah.
you data pads like this with the contract on it? Can you have those interact with CompCon systems?
Yes.
Like, can you take
I will
your own
say yes.
CompCon and plug it? Okay, all right. Then
It's
Maggie
the
says.
future.
Then Maggie says, "Doodlebug, give this thing a once over."
All right. Goes through. No weird loopholes. No. Seems pretty straightforward.
All right, where's
Standard waiver for not responsible for your death if you signed up for this.
I think I might be the only person.
You don't make it
here
off
that,
the asteroid in time.
I think I might be the only person here that didn't name his CompCon unit, and now I'm slightly embarrassed that I didn't.
Everybody else is doing it. I just wanted to be popular.
All right. I had one more thing, but I can't remember what it was. All right. After you sign the contracts, he takes them back and says, when we reach our system, we'll be able to outfit, if your mechs are currently not outfitted for low G or zero G operation, any changes or retrofitting you need to do, we can do there. Some we can do here on the way there, but we'll be passing through the blink gate momentarily.
Any kind. I've got an Ava up and running.
Okay. And as you guys are led out of the briefing room and into just a general crew court, it's a large, medium-sized barracks room. It does have portholes on the side. You can see the way that the ship curves a little bit. You can actually see out in front, and you can see the blink gate approaching, and it looks like a giant mirror with it actually, what's it, concave? Yeah, concave is out, right? No,
Yes, concave is out.
Okay, concave. Yeah, it seems like the interstellar.
Oh no, convex.
Yeah, convex is out.
Convex.
Because cave,
That's
you
right.
can go into a cave.
Yeah, you cave in. Yeah, so it's convex.
Yes, convex.
So it's got that convex mirrored surface, and as you get closer, you can see the front of the ship just kind of like, it looks like two ships just touching and then melding into each other, and when
into
you
gray
pass-
space.
Yep,
That's
into
cool.
gray space, and almost as soon as you blink, when you're through the gate, like you can see the mirror, and then you pass through it, and you're already in another system. There is no gate behind you though for this system, and
We just got
you're free to.
we just got launched across the galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, that never gets easier.
Span of a few seconds.
How does Sparky look like she's doing?
Well, given that we are actually heading into a mission a lot of the shyness that you saw previously seems to have just vanished. Sparky's face is all business. She is double checking the long rifle that she carries on her back, just in case.
All right. So, does anybody? I know Ma and I do, but do you two have EVA modules installed yet?
No, I'll have to get one fitted.
My mech is jump capable, which will do just fine in 0G.
Well, you can either have one installed, or if you can't sacrifice whatever systems you've got installed, one of us can probably carry you
Yeah, you can tag along with me, huh?
down to the service.
Sparky consults her slate for a moment. No, I can spare some space.
Perfect.
All mechs that I pilot are EVA capable automatically because I'm spaceborne. I just get a free extra unit.
Right.
So, mechanical question: can I replace the expanded compartment I have for an EVA module?
Yep.
Cool, I do that.
Yep. This is the mission setup phase where you can
Yes.
at any point in time right now before we actually launch, you can swap out anything that you have a license for.
All right. Yep, I think that's all I need to do.
I don't think there's anything else I would need to. I don't think there's anything I'm missing particularly right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Everybody all set? What was that?
I have no idea, but it hurt.
That was a system alert on my end. I'm gonna put earphones in. So
Okay.
Right. All right. So, as you retrofit, it takes probably about an hour to just swap out the unit for the EVA unit. And in that time, you start to see them bring in these large platforms, these large cylinders on short platforms. They look kind of like what's it? The pole hammers for when you're putting in fence posts.
Yeah.
Kind of look like those. Handles and everything. You see one being put in front of each mech as Spark is being retrofitted. And when you're finished, they direct you to your mechs and say that you'll need to load onto this transport. We'll be doing I just read what this was called earlier. Near light bolt to reach the asteroid with enough time to spare. You will have roughly 6 hours before we return. At the 6.5 hour mark, the asteroid will be past the basic point of no return. While you are on the surface of the asteroid, we are assembling a small fleet blockade that should you fail in diverting the asteroid, we will be destroying it as best we can.
Won't completely negate the damage, but we'll hopefully mitigate it.
Yes.
Instead of one big rock, you've got thousands of smaller ones. Oni will take a couple of steps and then jump. And as he jumps, boosters that were hitherto unseen beneath his cloak and underneath his feet fire off as he just sort of flies over to his mech to start getting in and getting it ready.
Show off. Mom shouts after him.
There's no call response. It's just
Valkyrie just starts walking to the Regenleif.
Sparky extracts her arm from Larimar because she was working on it, helping to install the EVA module because that's a thing she can do.
All right.
Then she just clambers up and in.
All right.
I like to jump straight up to the chassis rather than climb or get on an elevator.
All right. As you're all loaded into the transport, the near light bolts, they give you a small tablet and put you in an extra harness around on the actual outside of your mech that is quick release. But they actually strap you in to the sides of the transport for the near light bolt, and you start to anybody not take the tablet?
I'll take it. If it's provided before I close the hatch.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anybody, well, I don't know if you've read, but the near light bolts are the most dangerous near light speed travels because it's quick acceleration and quick deceleration. So there's a real chance, if you're not prepared, for instant pulverization. So they want to avoid that. And since time is of the essence, they prepare you accordingly.
So we get to near light speed and then shoot you out the front.
It's a 2-minute bolt. So we'll be in near light speed for 2 minutes of our time. Well, it'll about 30 seconds of our time, and it'll be about 2 minutes real time.
A near light bolt, called a near light ejection in combat and emergency
Yes,
scenarios, is a sudden, often traumatic acceleration to 0.9 or 0.995 the speed of light.
You know how much research I've done to see what actual time dilation is? Has been.
Everyone around us is going to age substantially just in the span of time we go.
It'll be about 2 minutes for the 30 seconds of time we'll be traveling.
Yeah. No, it doesn't start. Time dilation doesn't start getting real weird until you get to 10 digits of near light. But yeah, so you guys are loaded in. You feel the rumble of the ship as it disembarks from the capital ship that you're on. And you hear the ting, 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 and then just an instant you're slammed back into your seat or into your pilot chair. You can't move, and for about 30 seconds, it feels like everything's gonna bruise, and then that pressure lets right off, and you are. A short while later, you can see the bays or the floor underneath your mechs open up, and the quick release cables from from the harnesses for your mechs disengage, and you're given a green light to drop whenever. My dog is going nuts.
As soon as that green light hits the over the comms, Vanguard launching, and I drop and go.
As soon as the bolt decelerates and Valkyrie slams forward into the harness, there's this hissing sound as her eyes the blue of her eyes becomes very vibrant as the stim systems that are built into her automatically hit her with a hit of juice to deaden the reaction of a near light bolt. And so her eyes start to glow a little bit, and Regenleif launching and drops.
Ew.
Yeah. And Maul just said, "Girdle's hitched, heading out," and pulls the lever.
All right.
Haki probably gets the worst of it because she's only ever done that in training. So she kind of slams against the restraints that she's put in. Oh, son of a! Where am I one launching?
You all touch down on the surface, and
I'm doing a scan as I go down, just to see if there's any foreign obstacles or objects on the surface of where we're about to land.
foreign objects. There's nothing floating. Just looking down, you can see there are two other transport ships. One of them is open. Does this system, let me hide this. Yeah, no, you guys would notice. They are both landed with their rear hatches down and open. One of them is sized for size 1 engineering mechs. And you can actually see rocket blasts into at least the engineering one.
Like they've been hit with something?
Yeah, like they've been hit with something. They're not moving. They're still on the surface.
Yeah.
Are we close enough to pick up any energy signatures? Can we tell if they're immobilized, dead, shut down?
They appear to be completely dead.
Okay.
No electrical activity, no engine functions.
I'd be using my jet functionality to angle over towards there so that when I hit asteroid, I'd land next to those ships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so much for this asteroid not having anything dangerous on it. Comes Valkyrie over the comms as she boosts to land near the casks as well.
Like
You
I only
guys-
said, this is why you don't make promises.
As all you are talking with each other, there is a slight it garbles your communications a little bit. You can make everything out, but it just a bit of static and garble.
Confirming the EM field is interfering with our radio. So, keep an ear out.
Acknowledged.
Can I tell if there's any, just looking around the two ships, can I tell if there's any signs of what might have attacked them?
The immediate vicinity, go ahead, and this one doesn't have like skill rolls.
I guess it'd be like a hang on. There are kind
there
of
are
skill
skills.
System roll would probably be what you're
rolls. Would
looking
it be
for.
a spot roll? Because I have
Yes.
the spot skill trigger.
Sure, that will help. What's the
Yeah.
trigger?
It's +2, so I guess I get I roll. Is that I roll 2 additional dice, or do I get a +2 to my roll?
Yeah, spot triggers are all static bonuses.
Okay, so
So yeah, it's a +2.
So D20 +2. And what am I rolling towards? Is there a
You're
static?
aiming for 10.
Aiming?
You're always aiming for 10.
10 or up, or just
Yeah.
10 or up,
okay.
yeah.
14.
Yeah.
Hey,
You don't notice anything in the immediate vicinity, but you do recognize that the impacts from whatever explosives hit these were human-sized, RPG-sized.
So like human munition, like human-sized munitions.
Human-sized munitions.
All right.
man-portable stuff.
So over the radio, looks like whatever attacked the ships was using out of mech munitions.
Let's hope they don't have too many mechs to fight us with, then.
Well, I mean, keep an eye out for anti-mech weaponry.
Well, shit, it's a nit hunt.
Either way, we're about to have company.
All right. Someone want to calculate where we want to put these engines, or do we already know that?
Yeah,
Maybe
you guys already know that. On your HUDs, there is a list of access points and the coordinates,
Mm.
and they dropped you off at the first one that the first installation team was supposed to head to.
Okay.
All right, so let's get. Does there appear to be an engine set up already, or is it nowhere to be seen?
There are no engines over here right now. It looks like this was being used as a landing zone.
Is the engine location is somewhere nearby?
Yes, it is a short distance away. And actually, with your spot check, Oni, you would have seen that there appeared to be movement out and away from the ships, but no return movement.
Like people left the ships, but nobody came back.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see what were they heading towards that engine site?
Yeah,
Well, the
they
teams
were heading towards the first axis.
the teams that landed here did leave their ships and head to the engine site. So let's go that way.
Eyes up, everyone move.
I will lead the way.
Takes you.
All right, drag. And, Maul sets up and back.
All right. So you guys travel for about 20 minutes, almost 25 minutes to a half an hour. And
We got a 6-hour time limit, right?
yep. And you're traveling, and as you crest a ridge, nearing on the other side of this ridge is where the first axis point that you're going to want to put one of these engines is at. As you round a bit of the corner, you see one of the engineering mechs, burnt, husked, or the burnt husk. There's another one of the engines crumpled underneath it, and a handful. You can see a handful of. Let me just show you.
Ooh.
You guys can arrange yourselves however you
Battle
want.
map.
It's a battle map.
It's just got hexes. That doesn't mean anything.
You want to give us control over our tokens?
Yeah, we don't have.
I thought I did.
We do not currently have control of our tokens.
How do I do that?
Click on the token, right click,
Hit the cog button.
or hit the cog button, and go to options, where it says owned by. You have to make sure that we own it.
Okay. Cog button.
Let me open a different thing so I can walk through it because I'm doing this from memory.
Yeah, because I was almost positive that I just pulled these off of your sheets after I put them on there, but now I'm realizing that they didn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't have, because if you pull off of our sheet, it would generate whatever our profile image is, and I don't have one, so. Go to tokens. So yeah, click on the token, then click on the gear in the lower left of the token, and then represents character. Select where it says represents character. Select our character, and then that should be enough for us to be able to control it once you save changes.
Yes, it'll turn into controlled by, determined by character set.
No,
There it is.
I just gave Brangleaf to Sparky.
Yep. Don't do that. But I do have control of mine.
Now I have mine.
As I see the crashed mech out over the radio, do I only see one?
You see the first. Yeah, you only see the first one right about here,
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
Wreckage. So over the radio, wreckage ahead, checking it out, and I'm gonna boost over there.
Sparky immediately unslings the very large anti-material rifle from her chassis.
14 hull points, 4 structure, and 4
As you
There we go.
as you round that corner, Mizuchi, you see
Do I see?
you see a pair of, well, you see at least 3 mechs
Oh,
on the
there.
other side of this ridge.
Can I tell what model they are?
They appear to be some sort of uh, assault class.
Okay. As soon as I see them over the comms, 3 assault class targets, and spouting out directions. As I am preparing to engage in combat.
Okay.
Because there shouldn't be any. There should only be 2 mechs, and none of them are assault class.
One of them is right there.
And one of them is dead in front of me. So
All right. So,
I don't know how initiative works.
it starts with a player and then goes to an NPC, player, NPC, player, NPC. It's basically back and forth. There is.
Do we determine who goes when?
Yeah, you 4 determine out of you who goes first.
Okay. I would like for the Vanguard to go first.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. So I am going to pull up my mech so I can see what all I can do. So once per scene, I can make any quick action as a free action. William? What is it? What is activating a protocol?
It's you decide your protocols at the start of your turn.
You decide your protocols at the start of your turn. Okay, so at the start of my turn, I am activating power up. So power up is active, which means that for the rest of the scene, I get +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. And once per turn, I can boost as a free action.
And activating power up uses your core point, so you won't be able to do that again for the rest of the mission.
So so it uses up my core power. Boom.
Is that?
That's the core power of the Everest.
Yeah. No. Does that? I'm just trying to on CompCon because I'm running the mission right now. So I want to know. Wondering do I have to do something or will it update on your end?
I mean, I updated it on my end right here, but I don't know if you can see my core power. That my core power is exhausted now. As I activate my hyperspec fuel injector. And I am going to how much? So speed is 4, and does that mean that's 4 units that I can move?
Yes.
All right, and boost is just I can move another 4.
Yep.
Yeah, up to another 4.
All right, so I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to boost another 4. 1 for free. 2, 3, 4. And then I can boost again, but not as a what type of action is boosting normally?
It's quick action normally.
Yeah, quick action.
So you can actually boost twice for free when you've got power up active.
Yeah, so
if you use both the once per scene and the power up.
Well, I can also use initiative, which lets me quick actions and free action. So I'll boost again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and boost one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now I am within threat range of this enemy.
Yep, and as you get that much closer, you can actually see a handful because the path you took. Yeah, you can see one more up over here.
So not using them to fly because I don't need to generate the heat right now. But still using them as like speed boosters. You just see the Mizuchi is gunmetal gray all over, except for its left arm, which is the same red that Oni's cloak is, and a cloak that is in the very same, basically the same style as Oni's cloak that wraps around the mech and around these two massive jet boosters on the back. So the jet boosters ignite and just not flying, because I'm not actually flying to take the heat, but just using them to propel faster across the ground, just takes off towards the nearest enemy target.
So I'm gonna say, because of that, pretty much anybody on this side of the ridge that you guys are on right now will benefit from soft cover
Because
because of all the dust that Oni just kicked out.
kicked up a bunch of dust and made a distraction. So threat 1 means I have to be within 1 square to hit somebody, but I have a pistol that I can fire at threat 3, and a knife that I can throw. So I'm going to attack with my auxiliary weapons, with my flex mount. Starting with the, hang on, I have a thing. Hunter.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want to shoot first and then use the knife, because you can lunge when you use the knife.
Well, no. Oh yeah. I want to shoot first and then. So I'm going to shoot with my pistol.
Okay.
I don't think I have. Oh, I get +1 accuracy when I'm using my pistol right now. Because I'm within 3 squares. So I have +2 accuracy on the attack, and accuracy is the extra dice, right?
Yes.
So I roll 1d20 plus 2d6.
Well, you roll 2d6 and take the highest of the pair.
Okay. So 1d20. Wow.
Hopefully their defense isn't too high.
So that's going to be a 9 to hit with the pistol.
9 to hit with the pistol.
Even if I miss, I still do 1 damage because the pistol has reliable.
Okay.
So that you're comparing that against their defense?
Yes.
Which would be their evade.
Yeah, evasion.
Or their evasion, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you just hit.
All right. So,
You said what's that? Oh, 1d3.
So that deals 1d3. So 1 damage with the pistol.
1. Okay.
And then because it's an auxiliary weapon, I can also attack with a knife. So the right hand brings up a pistol, fires, and as it fires, a knife blade just sort of pops out of the back of the wrist as the pistol slings down and the hand grabs the knife. And I lunge forward with my hunter ability, which is once per round. I can fly up to 3 spaces directly towards a character before the attack. So fires with pistol and just leaps, following the bullet with a knife to make an attack with my knife.
Okay.
I also have 2 accuracy with the knife. So again, this is my second attack.
All right.
Or I mean, it's the same attack because you get 2 attacks,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I should figure out how to make a macro that's like 1d20 plus X advantage or disadvantage.
So that's another 9 to hit with the knife.
Okay. Yep. That one hits.
The knife deals 1d3 plus 1. For 3 damage. So pistol, swap it out with a knife, lunge, stab in with the knife, and as the knife is stabbing in, the left hand raises the charged blade, which is basically a large blade with an electrified edge, and just brings it down from the other hand. Because that's my second attack.
All right. Yeah. As you fly forward, kicking up all the asteroid dust, you pop a couple shots into the knees, and as it kind of starts collapsing and turning towards you, it's all silent. Just the knife goes in, cleaves up through the top of the cockpit, and it just starts to...
I don't think you got enough for a full action. I think you would have, because if you boosted 3 times, that would have used one of your quick actions.
Okay, so you only get the 1 attack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you,
Okay.
you get the skirmish. So,
Yeah.
with
All right.
one mount.
So never mind. So I just
So then
I
you
just
shot it.
pistol and stabbed.
No, he was saying he was going to go in for a stab with the charge blade, but that would have been using a different mount.
Yeah, I
Oh,
could
alright,
only
yeah.
use the flex mount, so I only pistol and stabbed.
Okay. So, yep. As you drive the knife in and you just wrench it up and start to dismantle the top, it starts to crumple, and actually, as soon as it hits the ground, you can see the chest cavity in it start to glow a little bit.
Like it's going to explode or like it's going to eject?
Make a general knowledge roll for 10.
Let
the
me see
10
if I have a
plus.
skill trigger that matters here. I don't
Yeah.
think I do.
Let's see. What do you got?
Stay cool.
What is that one for?
Perform a task that requires concentration, dexterity, speed, or precision under pressure. So I don't think so.
No.
Either that or spot, which is spot details objects or people that are hidden or difficult to make out. But I don't think that would work either.
No, this is kind of just to determine what's happening.
Yeah, and assault. By the way, assault is for when you're fighting in a as a pilot, not in your mech, right?
Yes.
So that doesn't apply to just every combat. Otherwise, that'd
No.
be ridiculous.
No, strictly speaking, skill triggers do not apply to mech combat.
Yeah. All right.
So
this is
the
just a
skill
flat
triggers are
roll.
only used for like pilot activities.
7.
No idea. Could be getting ready to blow up. Could be getting ready to eject. Could be on fire.
Let's hope it's one of the not the first one. So yeah, that's my turn. Now it's an
Okay.
enemy turn.
Yep, that one is actually. Let me. Get rid of this one because that one's dead. But as let's see, it's going to be this guy's turn. Comes around the corner. Let's see.
Another enemy.
Yep. Let me see what this guy.
I'll get to use my charged blade after all.
Let's see.
I
what
see we're
this
taking
is.
the stab first, ask questions never approach.
That is my job. Yes.
They are going to. What's their speed? Where's your guys' speed? 4. Okay. All the windows. 1, 2, 3. No. 4.
Just wait until I
Gonna
Just wait until I get a
Get you right
Blackbeard.
there.
Then it's grapple first, ask question. Grapple first, stab second, ask questions third.
you watch as this assault mech starts heading towards the cover to your left, and then levels a heavy assault rifle in your direction. So that's +1 to attack. And, yeah, +1 to attack. So. It, 3 misses.
Oh yeah. It just
So
dodge to
you
the
just
side.
you just see bullets. They're firing on the move as they're going that way, or running that way, and they can boost as well, can't they? Yeah, and they're going to boost. 1, 2.
Oh, you get 2 quick actions per turn. I could have gotten even closer.
Well, you use one of them to boost.
Yeah, no, I did.
You did 2 free action boosts and 1 quick action boost.
Yeah,
And
I
it
didn't realize you
dodges
get a second quick action, so you can boost
behind
twice.
that large rock.
You can't take any quick action twice in a round unless it is you're taking it as a free action.
Oh, okay.
Your other quick action was to attack
Got it.
with the skirmish action.
To clarify on the skirmish action, is it? It says attack with one weapon here. Is that
Attack with one weapon mount. Auxiliary weapons specifically let you attack with 2 weapons because they fit 2 of them onto one mount.
Okay.
Yeah, my flex mount has an auxiliary pistol and an auxiliary knife, which means when I attack with one of them, I also attack with the other.
It's a specific rule to auxiliary weapons is when you attack with a weapon mount, if it also has an auxiliary weapon on it, you can also make an attack with the auxiliary weapon.
Okay, just wanted to double check that because
It's just the second attack doesn't get any bonus damage that you might get.
it just looked like John was doing a lot there.
It's because he was using 2 tiny weapons versus your sniper rifle.
Yeah, fair.
And because I was boosting, I spent most of the round boosting.
Yeah, I
All right.
didn't know you could get boost from several free actions there.
As long as you can do it as a free action.
Now one of your turn.
The Regan Leif would like to go next.
Fine by me.
So I believe I have something that I can do as a free action real quick. Yes. So once we're turn on my turn as a free action, I look over. So the Regan Leif turns to look at the Larimar one. Put that sniper rifle to good use and take out those ones hiding by the cliff, and I will give you a leadership die.
Cool.
Which does what?
So on my turn as a free action, I may give an order to an allied PC I communicate with, describing a course of action and give them a leadership die. They may either expend the leadership die to gain +1 accuracy on any action that directly follows that order, or they may return it to me as a free action. Allies can only have 1 leadership die at a time, which lasts until used or until the end of the current scene. I can't use leadership dice from other characters as long as I have any remaining, and if I have none left, I get 1 back when I rest or regain all when I perform a full repair. They're consumed when expended.
Nice. That's nice that it gives them the option to give it back to you if the
action is no longer relevant. Yeah.
Or they just don't want to. Nah, go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You're not my real dad.
So so free action leadership.
Yeah. So, and then I will go ahead and use initiative for a free action boost, which is going to be
4 hexes.
4 squares. And I am going to use my jump jets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go ahead and quick action boost. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you for reminding me, even though you didn't know you did. So I forgot to mention that this is low gravity. So whenever you boost, you count as flying so long as you land at the end of your boost.
No, also, you don't. Well, I don't have to land in 0G.
Yeah, no. Well, it's low. There is a little bit of gravity.
Hmm.
So you're in low gravity, but that's an actual mechanic.
Yeah.
In the game. So just want to let you guys know
Da-da-da.
you don't have to have a.
It's 13 hex. I'm
Jump
slightly
jet.
too far.
To fly, at least for.
I forgot to use my protocol, but that's fine because I can just overheat a little bit. I'm going to overcharge for another quick action for 1 more boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one exception to repeating quick actions is you can overcharge for an extra boost.
So you gained heat.
Yes, I gain extra quick action as a free action. So it doesn't even break the quick action rules because you get to do it as a free action. Heat taken.
The first time you overcharge, you take 1.
Take
the
1.
Second
Yeah.
time it's 1d3, then 1d6,
Then
and then
1d6.
1d6 plus
So-
4 for every time after that.
I take 1 heat,
All right, I got you marked on my end.
and then now that I am within 10 hexes of this target, I'm assuming I can see him.
He does have soft cover just because of the angle.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
that's
that's
a
gonna
plus
be-
2, I believe.
Let me check. Soft cover rules.
Add 1 difficulty.
Oh,
1 difficulty. Okay. So I'll roll a d6 and subtract from my attacks. But I will So the Regan Leaf just extends its left hand, and a compartment on the wrist lights up and fires a missile.
So you can just
the
roll
missile rack.
1d20 minus 1d6.
Yep. Yeah. Well, good. I can't miss. Good, because I rolled a 6 on that. 10.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
And it's going to be 1d3 plus 1 explosive damage with a blast radius of 1, but no one else is in range. So 3 explosive damage.
All right.
And then following the missile, a swarm of nanobots also launched themselves off of the arm as I fire the light nexus. Minus 1d6.
Do they have the same range?
Yes, they both have a range of 10.
Nice.
So as you hit this one with the missile, it strikes in the center and it curves just over the lip, strikes it in the chest area, and then just there's a slight as it just it explodes and actually starts knocks it out of orbit or into orbit for a little bit, and it just starts floating up and away.
As the nanobots then try and eat it with a 9.
That just gets it
for 1 more damage.
Yep. And as soon as the nanobots reach it, it just starts. You can see they're physically tearing through it pretty quickly.
Does it seem like these things are just shoddy workmanship, or were they already damaged when we got here?
Go ahead and make a spot.
Sure.
To look at some of the other ones. Well, or yeah, no. Go ahead and
let me check my triggers.
Yeah, you just say make a roll. We determine if we have a skill trigger that's relevant.
Yeah.
Which is nice because it's just like make a roll, and then we have to go. Well, do I? Oh, I'll just flat roll.
I do not have anything relevant. Okay.
So. Okay.
I don't make anything. Not with a 2. I don't.
They're
right before you saw it, you think maybe it had a scuff on it, but that you don't know if that was before or after the missile hit. All right, but now it is one of their turns. This guy is toast. Let's see.
Does that crater provide me any cover? Sorry, I should have landed on it rather than next to it.
No, it's actually not that deep.
Not that deep. That's fine.
And yeah, as you look down to, I don't know if you can actually see them on the map. But
the bodies, yeah.
Yeah, you can see what looks like at least one of the fire teams, because these do appear to be armored individuals.
Yeah, well, fire team versus even crappy mechs, still gonna die.
Yep. But now it is one of their turn. So let's see. This one. Yeah. It's gonna be this one. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, how are you? Boost to there, and yeah, he's gonna take a shot at Regan because a missile just came from that fucking ridge.
That's a good reason to fire at it, I would think.
I am at full HP.
All right.
My evasion, if I can find it, is 9.
Okay, so just gets 1d20 plus 1.
Our initiative ability, by the way, is once per scene, so you can only get that one.
God
once.
damn, 3 again does not hit you.
Or he does, he just doesn't do any damage. So it's like
Yeah,
ping, 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 ping.
It's the assault rifle fires, and the Regan Leaf was in the middle of pulling out the heavy blade, so it just interposes it in front of the bullets.
Oh, I forgot. Heavy assault rifle has reliable.
So 1 damage.
So I
Two damage.
Oh, 2 damage.
reliable too.
Yep.
So I would have also taken 2 damage.
Yes, you would have also.
Do I have any armor?
Well, I mean, your mech doesn't have armor, does it?
There is an armor rating on your mech, which is damage reduction.
Ah,
I just don't know if the Everest has any.
it's on the.
I
don't
don't
believe
think
it
so. I'm
does.
not seeing it on. And did you have
They
14?
They don't. Oh yeah, no. Everest has 0 armor.
Yeah, I have 14 HP because I have personalization, so I take 2 and I go down to 12.
I also have 14 for personalization, so I take 2 and go down to 12.
Which is weird because you guys are already on 12 on the CompCon. But
It's because
you've been like that the whole time.
it's because the base hit points of the Everests are 12.
Okay.
And so
It
if you
didn't
add the thing
factor in.
after, if you add the thing in after it, you have to manually then go up your hit
Okay,
points.
yeah. All right. That's the end of your turn. That's the end of your turn.
So that makes it either
Either
Sparky or
Sparky.
Maul.
Arky, how close you need to get with that thing?
Well, let's find out. So, shall I take my turn then?
Go
Well, I
ahead.
can set you up a sniper's nest if you want it.
Well,
And Homestead sort of reaches up and taps the deployable cover on its back.
not to worry. I can see to that myself.
All right. Shows what you can do, hon.
Well, I
Love the-
fear it may
I
not
love
be
the
much.
trucker mom that is Maul.
Alright, so moving. 1, 2, 3.
That 100% is the trope.
It's 50-16, but Ma knows who Ashton Kutcher is.
And I'm going to have to boost another 4.
Listen,
There.
everything about Ashton Kutcher was in at least one of the vaults.
Just Willie Nelson playing constantly over her mech's comms.
I am going to overcharge, so I'll take 1 heat.
Do you want to, rather than overcharge, do you want to use your initiative ability?
I might hold on to that.
Yeah.
Because
That,
I'm not certain whether 1 per scene is just this combat or the rest of the mission as well.
that's fair.
So I'm gonna overcharge and boost again. And that gets me to about there.
1 heat.
Yep, already accounted for.
Yep. I'm just marking it on my CompCon.
Yep.
It's so cool to keep track of stuff like this.
I know,
the,
right?
the encounter runner on CompCon is amazing.
Yeah.
And at this point, Sparky, the Larimar drops to 1 knee and brings up the rifle. She sweeps it across the area in front of her. But then Sparky gets on the comms. Regan Leaf, no visual yet. And I return the leadership die to you.
All right.
That's all I can do.
Yeah, 20 hex is probably a bit far, ain't it?
Yeah, the closer one, the one that just shot you, is 15.
But it's also got the
So-
mountain in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. It's only about that would be hardcover because it's just rocky spires.
It's also
So-
5, it's also
yeah.
5 hexes out of my range.
Yeah.
For any of my weapons.
Any of these that you see.
Oh
like-
wait, no, it isn't.
I was gonna say, don't you have a long rifle?
I have the anti-material rifle has a range of 20. I thought it had range 10, like my 2 other guns.
No, you have a sniper
Yeah,
rifle, dude.
you can reach
Yeah.
both of those people.
Okay, so reality reshapes itself a moment.
Take your shot.
You
yes,
can reach
so-
everybody on the map right now, actually.
Well, I guess I did still need to boost.
Well,
but I
everybody that
do-
you can see, this one up here is behind a solid. That's a
Yeah.
solid
So it's
That's a
what
much
it's
bigger mountain.
it's hard cover for the guy blocked by the rocks and soft cover for the guy down the ridge.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. I'm going to take a shot at the one on the ridge. I'll spend the leadership die to negate the difficulty, so that's a flat roll.
Yep.
Okay.
12.
Nice.
That'll do it.
So that is 2d6 kinetic damage.
Ow.
8.
Bang.
Ow.
There's all.
Anti-material rifle. Material is no longer there. And you watch as let's see, where'd you hit it?
Probably center mass.
Center mass. Okay. Yeah. The round travels right through, leaves almost a perfectly clean hole. You can see a little white dot flying out behind it. That's the round. Somebody else is going to have a bad day one day.
It's
And
low
that is
gravity.
why Isaac Newton is the
As-
deadliest son of a bitch in space.
And as that starts to fall backwards, that same red glow from the inside, you can actually see it now. You can see it start to pour out of the hole that you caused with that. The missile one also had a slight red glow coming from the chest area, and
Not that you could tell because the chest area went away.
yeah, yeah, and it's also floating away still. But yeah,
It is at this point that Sparky gets on the comm. Scratch 1, Regan Leaf, directing attention to remaining targets.
all right.
Good shot.
That's the end of your turn.
Are there any other enemies that haven't gone yet? Or does it matter?
Yes.
Do we just take an NPC slot anyways and then like
No, it's no NPC slots. It's just however many until. But
Until
yeah,
everyone's
this-
gone or is dead.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Boost
I see.
comes around the corner.
There were more than 3 of them.
I still have hard cover from him.
Yep. So that's
Minus 2d6, take the higher. Or subtract the higher, I should say.
so
Yeah, 2 difficulty.
-4.
Yeah. So with their +1, it'd be a d20 -3.
-14 hits.
Still hits.
So he does. Let's see, what is that? Straight 6 kinetic damage.
Just over the comms, taking fire.
Yeah. You see the one that Sparky fired through. It's that molten core starts to pour out a little bit, and as you're looking, you just start to take fire from the rear side of your right side.
Yeah.
And start to get warning signals from your mech that damage has actually been done. So
That was more than a glancing blow.
Yeah, that's -6 damage. So
I'm at 6 hit points at the moment. But still 4 structure, so I'm still pretty good.
Yeah, like it.
Because
The hull point damage doesn't matter until you start hitting structure damage.
technically you've got 4 times.
Yeah, you got every time you drop, you take a structure damage, then
then-
go back to full and count down again.
all right, Ma, you're up.
All right. Maul is gonna boost forward and I think take an overdrive so I can do an extra boost. Get
You
up
wanna-
here.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as a reminder, at the beginning of your turn, you can activate your protocols, which for the Everest does let you boost once per turn for free.
Yeah. Can we get clarification on that? Is that um is the scene just the battle, or is it the whole time on the asteroid?
I'm gonna say that it's gonna be the whole time that you're on the asteroid for this mission. So
Okay.
it'll probably generally be, um, I'll say while you're in mech, that's a scene.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Then definitely I'll go ahead and activate protocol. So I won't need to do overdrive. Um, so I'll use I guess that for my
expend your core power and then activate your protocol.
yeah. Is there a? Oh yeah. Okay. So I hit the
Yeah, you hit
yeah.
the little.
Okay.
hit
So I
the little
exhausted the core
button.
power. Got it. And then we'll get there. That means I still do have a quick action, right?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can boost as a free action, and then you can
Yeah.
quick action boost, and then you can overcharge quick action. You can overcharge free action boost if you want.
No, I think I'm good. I want to
So yeah, you generally have 2 quick actions.
yeah. So for my second, taking a free action, then a quick action. For my second free action, or my second quick action rather, I'm going to deploy the Jericho deployable cover.
Okay.
So Homestead comes in and lands and pops out 2 sort of expanding shield walls. One here, and let's say one here.
Yeah, because they have to be either on either side of you or they have to be touching, right?
They have to be adjacent to you and to each other.
Okay, so then just here and here.
Okay.
And I'll erase that other one.
Yep, no worries.
All right, and then I'm going to use my skirmish action to fire my mortar.
Skirmish is a quick action, so you've used.
Oh, then I'm just going to use my regular action, I guess.
And you have you have either 2 quick. You have your movement, your potential free actions, including your overcharge, and then either 2 quick actions or 1 full action.
Okay.
One or the
All
other.
right.
Yeah.
You've used 1 free action to boost, 1 quick action to boost, 1 quick action to deploy cover. You can overcharge for a quick action to fire.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I will go ahead and take the overcharge, and I'll just take the heat from it.
So you,
Okay.
get, you
1
take,
heat.
Take 1 heat
Yeah.
and skirmish with one of your weapon mounts.
Yeah, I'm going to use my flex mount, launch my mortar, which is loaded with thumper ammo, at that one, because I think that's the only one that's in range. It's 15.
Does your mortar ignore cover?
It does.
Yeah, it's arcing. Yeah, it's arcing.
Yeah. Actually, I have mag armor loaded into my main rifle, so actually 2 of my weapons ignore
Nice.
cover right now, and can be fired from behind cover. Okay, so I'll just roll to hit first, right?
Yep.
Did you?
If you use your power ups, you get a free accuracy on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get to roll a d6 and add that to whatever you roll with a d20.
Wait, no, it's just a flat +1, isn't it?
No,
it's
accuracy.
+1 accuracy, so it's an
okay.
extra d6.
All right,
Better
so
than a
3,
flat +1.
20. Not a dirty 20, not a natural 20, but
Yeah.
You
still a
hit.
hit.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
What's the damage?
And that's going to be
I forget how critical hits work in this game.
it's explosive damage.
It's
So-
gonna.
And it has knockback 1.
Okay, so he sees you, or they see you deploy the cover, and they're going. They see you level the mortar, and then there's a silent, as the mortar gets launched, and you see them hunker down.
Forgot the
You missed the
slash in
slash
front of the
there.
roll.
Yeah, I missed the slash.
Keep forgetting to use that ability that they have.
6.
Thump.
6 does not matter
a-
as it hits right at their feet, and it's weird because it's low gravity, so you kind of had to angle more like you would a cannon. So
Right.
fire it over the shoulder.
Oh,
and
so it does not matter if it's dirty. 20 plus on a melee or ranged attack causes a critical hit.
Oh, cool.
On a critical hit, all damage dice are rolled twice, including bonus damage, and the highest result from each source of damage is used. So you get to roll again, and if you get a 6, you get the higher one. So you still
Yeah.
take the 5. So
Yeah,
6 damage.
So 6 damage.
All right. So hits right at their feet, and there's just this massive explosion from the overpacked thumper rounds that you have, and it just rockets them off of the surface. What bits are left, because it does split into several pieces as it jettisons from the asteroid's low atmosphere.
And over Broad Rage comms, Maw says, "You fuckwits gonna stand down, or are we gonna keep going through you all like shit through a goose?"
All right. Let's see. It's one of their turns. Oh, that's everybody. Let's see. All you guys.
I assume no response back on comms.
Nope. Not that you can hear yet. Let's see. So this guy has gone in. Posts up on this ridge and is going to take another. Let's see. How far?
Another shot at the Regan life.
Wait, isn't that guy dead? Or is that a new one?
It's a new one.
Oh.
That's
That's a new one.
No, that's not new. They were just over here and they haven't gone yet.
Oh.
That was one of the first ones that you spotted,
Oh.
but they were just the farthest one away, so nobody could reach out and touch them.
Don't worry, I'll be solving that in a minute.
Let's see. All right. Oh, yep, you're in range. All right, so it's gonna roll an attack on you. 19.
That'll hit me.
Yep. So 6 damage, 6 kinetic.
Go down to 6.
All right. Can I take my turn next? Now that we're back at the top,
Yep. 1 second. Let me.
I was asking the rest.
I mean, I have an idea for getting that guy that fired at you off your back.
So do you want to go first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
1 second. I just have to. Let's see. All right. Need to figure out how to delete the ones off of the comp con that you guys already killed.
Yeah, I was just gonna try to kill the one that was behind cover over here, and also get myself behind that same cover, so that I'm
Oh, yeah,
getting shot at less.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I will clear that guy from you.
Okay.
Or at least do my best to.
All right. So 4, 5, and 6 of the ones left alive. So I'll just keep that mentally. So
No, that's
end the
me.
round.
Right, so I can't use that.
All right. So Sparky's gonna go first.
Yep, I can do that. So upon hearing that, sorry, I've forgotten your mech's name,
Mizuchi.
Mizuchi. Upon hearing that Mizuchi is taking fire, Sparky will move to intercept that.
Mizuchi.
So 1, 2, 3, moving to there, and then I'm going to boost 1, 2, 3, 4, and that puts me in range. So a panel in the left shoulder of the Larimar mech slides open, and a large rifle barrel pops out. It fires what appears to be a bolt of lightning.
Is this a Tesla gun
Uh,
or whatever it's called?
It's called a
It is
warp
my-
lightning cannon.
it is my prototype weapon.
Haha.
Damn it!
Oh shit!
That's in that one.
Yeah. Is there specific rules for nat ones?
I don't know that there are
Doesn't
specific
look like it.
fumbles.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think he just missed.
Yeah. Yeah. You make
yeah.
an impressive crater. Which one were you aiming at? This one right now?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah, so you make an impressive crater just right about here, right behind them, a little bit bigger than their mech.
Over the comms, you hear it, damn it, and then Sparky just cuts it off on her end and yells at Astra to recalibrate the damn thing. That's my turn.
You want to overcharge to fire again to undo your mistake?
I mean, that means I take 1d3 heat. Oh, wait. Yes, I do that. So I'm going to take 1d3 heat here.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 1d3.
All right, yeah,
Oh,
because you have things to mitigate heat, don't you?
I mean, I was going to stabilize next turn, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so I take 3 heat. That puts me in the danger zone, whatever that means. I'm fairly certain that means something.
Yes, it does. Let me look it up real quick.
Some abilities make you more powerful when you're in the danger zone, but I don't think that the Everest has any of those.
Yeah, no, you gotta be on. You gotta be on the.
Be used in the state.
You gotta be at the Harrison Armory.
To make real use of the danger zone.
Harrison Armory lives in the danger zone.
So it just when half or more of the heat is filled in, they're smoking hot, which enables some attacks, talents, and effects. So it doesn't. It's not negatively affecting you, but
you're getting hot.
Yeah, the edges of your like the engine, the power suit or the power source for your mech, and many of the joints are actually starting to glow just a little orange, just a dull.
Do something about the damn heat, Astra. I found my rocket launcher.
That didn't work.
The shining Gundam is currently in super mode.
There you go.
Not that one is no longer loaded. Come on, big money. That's a 4.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh, I need to give you leadership dice.
Dodges out of the way this time.
I mean, honestly, yeah, giving Sparky leadership dice would be perfect for her character.
All right.
NPC turn.
She turns the comms back on. Damn it, give me a moment.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, whoops, I just realized I never actually rolled how many uses of that lightning gun that I actually have. Let me
You have at least one.
One less.
Oh, I now have 7.
All right.
I rolled a 6.
Nice. All right. This one's going to pop out from behind that cover and fire at Mizuchi.
It's okay. This is my job to
13.
To get shot at. That hits.
All right. 6 damage.
All right. I've taken my first point of structural damage.
All right.
So I'm back up to let's see. Roll 1d6 per frame integrity compromised. Roll 1d6 per point of structural damage.
Counting the one that you just took. So 1d6.
Okay.
Only that looked like a real fart knocker. You doing okay up there?
2. I take 2 system trauma.
Is that something I have to mark on here?
Hang on, I have to do a system. There's a series of things it asks me to do.
Got tables for days.
Okay.
Figure out which part got shot off.
Yeah. So over the comms, they just took out my CompCon. They took out my CompCon system.
Now you don't have to name it. It's dead.
I mean, it'll be repaired later, but still.
Only we talked about this. This is why you name them.
If I named them, I would have felt bad. I don't feel bad.
Exactly. That's what I keep telling you. You got to have a little skin in the game. You keep burning out your CompCons.
Is he Is he done moving?
Let's see. Pops up. That's 2, 4, 6. He's gonna get right to that ledge right there. Actually, no, he's not. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay right there because he's got cover from the giant fuck off cannon that and missiles that.
I'm going.
Oh wait, no, he didn't even see those. So never mind. Yeah, he's gonna run over here.
I'm gonna go now because I don't want to get shot by the other person that was missed previously.
Tug's collar.
I mean, you don't want to get shot by that person again.
Again, yes. Move 1, 2. So just over the comms. This fucker's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Free action boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full action.
Time for a barrage.
The charged blade drops into the ground as both hands reach over the right hand shoulder, grip the hilt of the giant blade of the giant cleaver-like sword that hangs off the back of Mizuchi's jetpack, and just one stroke down.
They're going to hunker down as this. Well, depending, we'll see if they hunker down. They do not.
God damn it!
They just they dodge to the side, just as you wildly telegraph that you're going to do an overhead shot.
Yeah, mechs. You have to telegraph everything. As the thing hits the ground, the hand grabs the left hand reaches over, grabs the charge blade, rips it out of the ground, and brings it towards them.
I have just realized I messed up.
That is one of my favorite things about Lancer. I feel like half of us are sort of like hyper anime Gundam pilots, and some of us are like 80s BattleTech pilots.
Yeah, I mean BattleTech is also hyper anime.
It was like there's that whole what was it? Oh God, what do they used to call the ones that they straight up ripped the artwork from?
Macross.
From Yeah. But what did they call them in setting? Because there was a canon term when they stopped being able to use the artwork. It was like the unseen or something.
I do not remember. But it's a 16 to hit with the charge blade.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. So the heavy blade was just a distraction to hide the movement of the charged blade.
All right.
After the fact.
So they're gonna hunker down for this one.
So that's 3 damage, 3 energy damage, and it's armor piercing.
All right.
Not that I think these guys have any armor.
They actually do, but it doesn't matter.
Just boom, and then it comes across. So where that one would have been bisecting them top to bottom, this one goes across horizontally.
All right. It kind of floats there for a second and then starts tumbling towards the ground. And you see that same dull orange glow from the cockpit.
Can I tell what that's coming from?
It's from what you can see, it's coming from the where the pilot would be.
Is there no pilot there?
You can check next turn. Go on.
I didn't know if I could get a spot check or not.
Go ahead and roll to see if you can, because there are a couple that have been cracked open.
21.
Yeah, no, there are definitely pilots in there. The one that Sparky shot through, that's actually right about here. or actually it was near where you are now, you can actually see that one. You saw the molten bit start to pour out of the munition hole. Now it's in this short bit of time that you've made it over here, it's actually started to eat away the rest of the top half and the bottom half of the mech. It seems to be melting outwards.
Does it seem like it's like a self-destruct, or not a self-destruct, but like a self-clean, like a destroy the evidence kind of thing?
If you had to make a guess, that's what it looks like.
Over the comms, it looks like these mechs have some sort of cleanup phase that's triggering after they're destroyed. If we want to save any pieces of them, you better cut them off from the core.
That's shady as hell.
I'm gonna grab those legs. Later. Anyways, that's my turn.
All right.
So during that turn, I just realized I messed up something fierce.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we've all messed up something fierce
Oh,
at
well,
least once.
in my case, it's that both my rocket launcher and my sniper rifle have the ordnance tag, which means I can only fire those at the start of my turn after I use protocols.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, now we know.
But you missed twice anyway, so.
Yeah. I mean, I did hit with the sniper rifle, but I will remember that for future ref.
There we go.
All right.
Remember what all these tags mean now.
So,
New system, who dis?
one of their turns now. Let's see. This one up top rushes you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'm a little busy at the moment. Can you try again later?
Not so much. It is going to pull out a large combat knife and try to drive it into the back or the base of your mech's spine, where the spine would be. So, slate. $19.
Ow.
So it does 4 points of kinetic damage
Ow. I go to
as
8.
it slices into the machinery around you. And that is it. It took all its movement to get there.
All right. So that's going to be either William or Craig. Craig, who has stepped away.
The Regan Leaf would like to go, so.
All right.
So, Valkyrie looks over her shoulder and sees Sparky being attacked up close, and these just sort of like the core starts to burn hot as she uses the power up, and is going to move and free action boost to land. Let's see, this should be 8 hexes. Yeah, that's right there. And is going to full action barrage. First with the heavy blade, which, as you see it come down, is actually a large axe. Which is going to be with the extra accuracy from power up.
We have 2 heavy blades. One's a large cleaver, the other's a large axe. They're both large axes.
10.
That hits.
All right. Let's see. The damage on charge on the heavy blade is 2d6 plus 1.
Fucking going through these people like they're Zaku's. Just.
And damage. You're
Ow.
muted, Cody.
What did you hit him with?
The heavy blade, my axe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you split them in twain. And that same orange molten glow, as soon as the blade goes through the cockpit, just immediately starts to burn up through the middle.
Since I used barrage and I don't have to use my second mount, can I use my charge blade to lop off one of the arms to separate it from the core so it doesn't get eaten?
Yeah.
The weapon arm, preferably, so I can get their weapon too.
Yeah.
So,
Go for it.
And then,
as you bring your blade down, it kind of gets stuck towards the bottom, and you just kind of like you have one arm on the blade on the axe handle still, and then you grab the other arm and you just put one foot down and just rip and split it in half and take the arm off.
and then with a free action, don't worry, Sparky. You can do this. One left. Finish it, and I'll give you a leadership die.
All right.
Finish it, unless Maul finishes it first.
Oh, I have every confidence that Maul will handle that. Eventually.
If Ma does not, then there's a leadership die for the sniper.
Yeah. Well, and it's an NPC turn now, so.
Yep, and some things happen, and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So move to there, and fire at Mizuchi.
Hits.
All right. So that's 6 damage.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right, down to 8 hull points on my second structural die or damage.
All right.
So still good though.
And
Wait, did I? I don't have any heat. What am I doing?
you hear my dogs.
Yeah.
Ma, it is your turn.
Okay. You all got this covered? She'll shout over towards the 2 that are engaged with the remaining one.
Oh, that one's dead.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to move and boost as a free action to... Let's see how far can I get? And get up to here. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna open up. I can't quite get it with my heavy, but I'm gonna open up with my.
All right, go for it.
You can still take a full action if you have taken a move and a free, right?
Yes, you only can't if you've taken one of your quick actions.
Yeah.
All right.
So full action to barrage and fire with 2 of your weapon slots.
Okay. All right. So let's see. And then I get accuracy on. I roll once and apply it to both.
Yeah. Well, you roll 1 accuracy each time.
Okay.
So each attack gets its own accuracy die. First one gets 6.
Okay. That's with the assault cannon. So that's a 12. So.
Which will hit, I believe. Cody's muted.
Yeah, that does hit.
Roll your damage.
Let me see. Oh, I'm just gonna see if I can do. Okay, that's to hit with the other one, but yeah, I'm sorry.
I think this one is Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably, I should. Well, okay. So it's mag damage. So it deals kinetic. It's just 1d6.
Okay.
So 4 damage.
All right. Yeah.
You can roll damage for the second hit too if you want.
Can I choose to shoot the other one at something else, or it has to be at the same target anyway?
I believe you can choose to shoot separate targets.
Yeah.
As long as there's something within range.
There are
Yes.
no other targets though, but
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just unload with the mortar as well. So that's 1d6 plus 1. And this is explosive damage.
braka.
So a total of 9.
All right, total of 9. Yeah. As you fire at it with your rifle, it just immediately the first few rounds just tear right through it, and it starts to slump forward, and in the low gravity just slowly falls. And then the mortar just hits it and just not quite like an implosion, but it just like point of impact detonates. No more chest cavity, and just it's just bits flying off, hitting the rocks behind off to the side.
In the brief period of time between the rifle fire and the mortar impact over comms, you will hear Moss say, "Belt and suspenders," and then the mortar impact.
All right. Appear to be free of hostiles.
I'm gonna see if I can recover some of the parts from this mech before they get disintegrated.
Okay. Which one? Yeah, you're by that one. The one that Sparky shot is almost entirely gone now. The one that you're next to that you just took care of, yeah, go ahead and.
Can I get like the leg, like a leg off? Because I split the top from the bottom. Are the legs being eaten away, or is it or both?
It's slower, but they still are.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut off some of the legs so that we can see if we can get any identifying insignias or something.
Okay.
All right, someone plant that engine.
I got it. Oni, you need somebody to patch you up?
I'll be fine. I'm gonna spend a repair.
Speaking of
Is
patching
that
up, I would also like to
tail?
stabilize.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'm about to find
you're
out.
gonna be fine, like for real fine, or you're gonna be fine, like bullshit tough guy fine.
Well, let's find out. Hang on. Let me see. What does repairing on the battlefield entail, William?
I'm
Well,
looking through it right now as well.
so actions you can take. Full actions. So you can stabilize, which will cool your mech, clearing all heat and the exposed condition if you have it. And you can mark one repair off to restore all of your HP.
One of those two options.
Yeah, choose one of those two, and then you can also choose one of the other options, which is reload all of your loading weapons, clear any burn that is currently affecting you, clear a condition that wasn't caused by one of your own systems, or clear an adjacent allied character's condition.
So you just hear a couple of like you hear like sort of an electronic crackle as some things are getting rewired, and then over the comms, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to restore my comp con until we get back to the ship, but other than that, I should be good. As I spend a repair to heal my hit points back up to full, or my hull points back up to full.
I will also take a stabilize to restore my hit points back to full.
I am going to
and also reload my loading weapon.
Yeah, I'm going to stabilize to clear heat and reload.
I will plant the charge and then collect my my mobile barriers.
All right.
Okay, so the ground teams were ambushed by some mechs that either were really shitty, or the ground team or the strike teams did a very good job at weakening them before we got here.
Ground team's totally dead.
Yeah, you can see the bodies on the map.
Okay.
Well,
yeah. One of the fire teams, anyways, we found.
Are any of the enemy pilots like floating around?
Mostly pieces.
Okay, I didn't know if there were any.
A lot of
them
explosive
that were still alive.
were used and blades, so mostly segments.
Okay.
Is there? These guys were civilians. The ground team.
The initial installation team was they were mostly engineers and basically like astronauts.
Okay.
There were a couple of fire teams that went down to try and retrieve them, which is the bodies that we found. The bodies of one of the two fire teams that got sent.
I'm gonna.
I'm just wondering, is there an equivalent of dog tags that tradition would dictate we collect?
Some form of identification.
No, nothing that you can spot on these guys. They're mostly in hard suits. vacuum sealed hard suits.
Okay.
I'm gonna so over the comms, I'm gonna drop out of my mech for a second to grab the uniforms off one of our enemies in case it has any insignia. And I'm going to put my helmet on, seal it, and then go spaceways to grab something off of these bodies to see if there's any identifying marks. The ones that I killed are because they are still mostly intact and weren't exploded.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it, because you're trying to find one of these before they self-erased.
Yeah. Specifically the pilots, not the...
Yes.
not the mech.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have a skill trigger that would...
Spot would help.
Yeah, would spot or stay cool, either one of those. So.
Well, time sensitive, either one would work.
Okay. I mean,
It
there's both a
is-
+2, so it doesn't necessarily matter.
Yeah.
Valkyrie will, while that's happening, head over to the bodies of the fire team and just Mimir, Overwatch, please, and then we'll hop out and take a look over the bodies to see if there's anything unusual about the bodies of the fire team.
Yeah, Sparky would go with you.
Okay. Oni, you're able to recover a sleeve off of a jacket, like a hard suit jacket.
Yeah.
But it's singed at the edges
Is there any sort of
by the
insignia?
shoulder. What's up?
Is there any sort of insignia on what's left?
There's a bit of a burnt lettering by the shoulders, but
Okay.
it's the bottom half of letters. So there's a couple. There's what looks like. Let's see.
It's
bottom
either the
half of- the
it's either
bottom
the-
half of an eye, and then next to that, like an uppercase I,
Okay.
and then next to that, there's just a straight down, or just a straight line near it.
Okay. So, get that. Got something, not much, over the comms, and then I'm gonna, because I've got my data plating, so I can still communicate outside my mech. And then I'm gonna head back to my mech and head over to where everyone else is while we set the engine up.
Valkyrie's going to look over the bodies and see if anything is weird about the bodies, like any awkward weapon marks or lack of weapon marks, or any significant identifying wounds.
Looks to be mostly explosive damage. Doesn't look to be anything super weird. None of them are carrying weapons. Looks like those were either lost in the explosion or recovered
scavenged,
or scavenged. Nothing that looks like they died in a firefight. Very short one.
Valkyrie sort of looks down and looks around. Well, gravity's low, so they could have gone a distance, but they couldn't have gone forever. And she kind of looks around and sees if she can maybe spot any signs of weapons being scattered, or if it looks like they've been picked up.
Go ahead and roll.
Can I use read a situation to help you?
Yeah.
Add an extra pair of eyes?
Yeah.
Or 2 if Astra can help.
Am I finished with setting the charges yet, or is that still going on?
Sorry, what was it you were setting charges for?
The engine.
For the engines.
Oh yeah. You're able to.
This thing over here.
Yeah,
I don't see anything.
you have it set up, and doesn't look like there's any controls on it, but it's in the coordinates that they have it listed for. You also, while you're setting it up, you do spot. Actually, I'll have you have you roll as well, Craig, while you're setting this thing up.
Yeah, roll to spot, you said?
Yeah, just make a general roll.
If you have spot, it'll get a +2.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. If you have a spot, it'll give you
So
plus.
an 8, so I think I missed it.
So yeah, you're setting it up over here. Sparky, you're kind of reading the situation. You're seeing the blast marks on the surface and how you kind of think back to how the other mechs were maneuvering. And you kind of step back over here a little bit, back to where you were, and you can see a small, where is it? A small human-sized entrance over in this direction.
I mean, you shifted Regan Life rather than.
Oh, sorry. I grabbed the wrong one.
All good.
Spot it over in this direction.
Oh, that door right there on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah. So Sparky just surveys the area for a while, takes a sweep with the sniper scope just to get a better view. And then she spots the door and immediately gets on the comms. Potential contact, door carved into the side of a mountain.
Door carved into the side of an asteroid?
Did I stutter?
Where at?
She will provide the coordinates.
I'm going to boost over there.
Okay.
Mimi are usually when there's not like a combat situation, will provide comms out loud so that Valkyrie can hear it while she's outside the mech, so she'll hear that. Oh well, that's probably worth checking out, and we'll hop back into the Regan Leaf. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
it'll be
control,
through your helmet because I mean we're still in space, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna.
You knew this fucking thing was launched, and Maul will head that direction too.
Is this is it large enough? Is it are too small for the mechs to get in?
Yeah, it's a little bit too small for the mechs to get in.
If only I had an Atlas already.
yeah, Atlas would have a field day in there.
I see an enemy. I see an enemy. He's holding a katana. I can take him. Wait, that's a mech.
While you guys are over here, though, you are seeing foot traffic from the mechs coming to this point.
Okay.
No sign of any mech-sized footprints leaving the area, other than to fight us.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the pilots of the mechs came out of this to get into their mechs.
You could
make
that assumption.
That's the. Where are the other coordinates for the engines?
They're on...
that's Oni asking over comms to everyone.
Yeah.
Assuming that we have them.
Yeah, they're about just under half a kilometer on the other side of the on the top half, pretty much, of the asteroid.
Have I ever heard of, or has anybody ever heard of, somebody disguising a ship as an asteroid?
Disguising a ship as an asteroid?
Yeah.
Go ahead and
roll for it.
Yeah.
12?
Once they hit a ship in an asteroid.
Yeah.
Like they made a small port for it to hide and then tried to use that to get a ship closer. It didn't work well, but you have heard of it's a fairly old tactic. Hasn't been used in a very long time is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But used to be a cheap way to cause a lot of damage was to actually strap rockets or some sort of propulsion onto an asteroid,
And
how
launch it.
Ma was saying, and launch it. It takes a while to get the asteroid there, but if you can plot the course right, you can use asteroids as ammunition.
Is there like a particular civilization or people that were known for the hollow out an asteroid and how to ship in it thing?
Hollowing out a ship?
Or hollowing out,
No.
hiding a ship in it?
Hiding a ship in it? No, that was more of a last ditch effort by a resistance
Okay.
effort during the early days of SETCOM.
So over the comms, y'all get the feeling that there's like a ship inside this asteroid. Just looking at the door.
I'd go more with the idea that this asteroid was being intentionally launched, as Ma indicated.
Well, do we want to go inside, go set engines, or do both?
We can theoretically do both if need be. Two of us can take a look inside with our mechs left on autopilot, and the other two can go and prop engines.
How about that if we can go turn this thing off? Not only do we avert the disaster, we get this planet a new moon.
Well, my AI is shot, so I can't be on autopilot. However, if all four of us go in, your three can stay on Overwatch, right?
It can, but that'll waste us precious time if there's no way to stop the asteroid inside.
I feel like we should go for the engines first. Prioritize the mission.
Probably wise. If we're not going to split up, we should definitely focus on the engines.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be similar contingents of enemies at the other engine sites.
Let's get moving then. Just keep this place in mind. I'll put a nav point marker on the entrance.
Easy enough.
All right, boost as hard as you can to the next one. Let's speed up.
Copy that.
So if the scene is going to last basically for the duration of our time on the asteroid, so power up will also last for all that time, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. So
So
boost hard.
So we're gonna boost all the way to the next engine.
All right, go ahead and everybody just roll me a d20. Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll me a d20.
10.
18.
3.
Okay.
There. Somebody has to pick up Jeremy's slack. So
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I
And
had
I'm
that
not
covered
rolling,
already.
so. So yeah, you guys are flying across towards the next engine point, and you get to the engine point, start setting it up, and let's see, Shani, Oni, and Sparky, you all look kind of off towards the back end of the asteroid, and you can see there's something odd over towards the back end. You can you're starting to see from the front, you're starting to see a couple of the larger planets that are in the system coming closer. Off the sides, but towards the back end you can see some sort of weird, seems like an unnatural change in elevation for probably about a 50 to 100 meter gap, and then on either side of it, it seems to be just
like a crevice or something.
A little bit more like the dust is getting kicked up by something.
Okay.
You don't know if it's because you're getting closer to the sun, and any water might be evaporating, or if it's, but it's odd.
Or potentially, say, a set of boosters boosting this meteor at something.
Or yeah, or something headed your way.
Look, I'm going to indicate the direction. Eyes that way.
Maud turns her head because she was the only one that didn't see. You finish setting up the engine, and then look that way.
All
A few
What's
moments.
what's the direction of the next engine?
So you guys are basically actually just going around the equator
Mm-hmm.
and placing engines at the axis so that you don't just, when they fire off, you don't just start spinning the asteroid.
Yeah.
So
So there's 4 of them.
yeah,
Two
So
more.
the next
down.
one would be in the direction of this disturbance or not?
it wouldn't. It'd be so the disturbance is like on your right,
Okay.
about it's about a little under a kilometer away.
So closer to like the far end of the.
Yeah, far end of the back half.
All right. I'm the most mobile of the 4 of us. The 3 of you keep going on to the next engine point. I'm going to detour and see if I can tell what that is before catching up.
Don't
Don't
get into a
shot
fight.
Too much.
Oh no, I'm not going to get into a fight by myself. I wouldn't want to.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't want to let you guys miss out on the fun.
Powerful sweetie.
Though, if I am in a fight by myself, I do get better because then I get to take every other turn. Rather than 3 turns of getting shot at, it's just like...
No, it's, you get
No.
to take a turn, and then the enemy gets to take all of their
Yeah.
turns.
Oh, damn
Yeah,
it. Damn it.
that's definitely how it goes.
I was thinking it's like, if nobody else on your turn, you just take another turn. Anyways. But yeah, so I will detour. I will fly towards the disturbance to see if I can tell what it is.
Okay. All right. So you guys split up. You guys probably actually reached the 3rd engine site just as Oni reaches the disturbance. As you get closer to the disturbance, you can see that it actually looks like a cliff starts to drop off. And when you actually get to the edge of the ridge, you can see a small pair of vents that are just venting out something. But underneath, in between that 50 to 100 meter gap, or that about 100 meter gap, you can see a set of what looks like blast doors that lead down into a recessed area.
I'm going to capture an image of it from my mech's monitors and broadcast it to the rest of the strike team.
Okay. You guys all get an image, albeit upside down, unless you go to the opposite edge at the top of the ramp.
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. So you get an upside down image of blast doors.
Look what I found over the comms.
Place is riddled with them.
Another subterranean complex, or more of the
Probably
same one?
gonna have to go inside.
Well, let's place all the engines first. Meanwhile, I'm going to do something about these vents.
What are you gonna do about those vents?
Well, vents don't work really well if they're closed, right?
Generally not.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go to each one and clamp, and squeeze.
Okay.
I'm a mech.
There'd be a hull
Go
check
ahead.
to try and do that.
Yeah, go
I
ahead and
think.
make a hull check. As I look up the rules for hull checks.
DC is either 10 or 20 if you think it's impossible.
Oh yeah. Definitely not impossible.
15.
15. All right, yeah. You reach down, grab it, and then you can feel instead of hearing the groan of metal, you can feel the groan of metal as you just pinch it.
I like to think
To a
that
point.
I like to think that because mine's a Vanguard class, rather than like the traditional like joystick controls, I have like arm controls, so I'm doing the motions. I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I just feel the resistance and hear and like feel the trembling
Yep.
crunch.
A little bit of haptic feedback. You're trying to close your hand and your gloves like, nope, nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope,
there's
nope.
something there,
And then you
something
just feel it go,
Yeah,
Like
finally gives.
Pacific Rim.
yeah,
Yep.
So are you, John? Are you saying you've got the moves like Jaeger?
yes. I've got the moves like Jaeger. Yeah, I'm gonna do that to both vents.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to close them up. There's a little bit of gas that's still escaping, but nowhere near the amount that was previously escaping. So effectively stoppered.
And then I'll rejoin the others while I hotbox this facility.
Okay.
Unsavory.
with their emissions, which is probably not going to be healthy for the people inside.
I mean, let's be fair. They're on an asteroid that's on a collision course. I don't know that their health is their highest priority.
That's also true.
Also, probably all wearing hard suits unless they decided they wanted to have some kind of environment in there.
I mean, there's a reason they're venting that.
Yeah, to push this asteroid further.
Well, no, that's not like an engine. That's just a vent. Like a
Yeah,
And
pushing air out the back also provides forward thrust
Yeah.
via Newton's third law.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah, and then
As
I'll
you guys-
rejoin them.
all right. Yep. You rejoin them in short order. It takes you a little bit. You guys probably have about 4 hours left now before you hit the point of no return. And you're setting up the third one. Everybody go ahead and roll me another D20.
Is this something
Spot-
that Spot would help
Spot
with?
will help.
19.
7.
Also 7.
15.
All right. So you take a moment at one point, Oni, and you kind of get up high for a bit. You have a flight suit or you have a flight module, so you might as well use it. See if there's anything up ahead farther. And Ma, you actually almost you spot it from a distance as well. It looks like a crater from the ways off, but as you guys get a little bit closer, on your way to the fourth one,
Yeah, fourth one.
on the way to the fourth one, you're actually able to spot what looks like a drilled or worked shaft down that looks vaguely like a crater from distance.
Is it something that a mech would be able to fit into?
Yeah,
Or
it's about I'd say 30 meters diameter.
over the comms. Anyone else see that crater up ahead?
Yep, clocking it.
Looks kind of like a launch bay to me.
Probably an easier way to get inside than dismounting and heading in through the damn doors.
How many engines do we have left?
One.
Let's plant that and take a look inside.
How much time we got left?
Checking the clock.
Roughly 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Sorry, my dogs are going nuts because my dad's out in the garage. And they can't be separated. You're able to make it to the fourth one.
Mhm.
No problems. Set it up. Doesn't appear to
Planet market.
planet market and turn it on. Doesn't like on, not as in firing, but on as in
Yeah.
activated. Yeah. So
Probably can't get a message back out to our employers because of the EM field, but I'm imagining that EM field is man-made.
Let's take a look inside. Head
You
back to that
guys-
crater.
Yep.
Check
You
it
guys
out.
head over to that crater and take a look down. That's when you see that it's actually all the way down at the bottom, probably about 40 meters, is a low impulse ion engine.
That's the booster.
And
Sparky,
it's around,
Go home.
it's on pretty much the same axis as the engine that you just.
Mhm. Sparky, do you think you could hit that with your rocket?
Oh, I could almost certainly hit it with several things.
I feel like we should pour fire into this hole until it stops working.
Yeah, if we just leave these here, these engines can counteract any thrust provided by the engines we just planted, so we need to disable these.
Before we begin percussive maintenance, I would like to at least see if I can determine anything about them. Any more information we can gather about who set this up would be beneficial.
Let's take a look.
I mean,
Um,
I'm going to state the obvious. We blow these things. Ain't exactly like this thing's going to come to a screeching halt.
No, but it'll help our engines work better if these aren't working.
Yes, if these are still working when our engines fire and anyone is still on this thing riding it to its destruction, they can just turn these engines on to counteract the thrust we use to try and get it off course.
Fire.
And then you've got a rifling asteroid as opposed to a turning away asteroid.
what would be an appropriate role here to examine the ion engine once we get close enough?
Let's see, what do you have? I mean, it'd just be a straight D20.
Could I use read a situation to help here?
I'll say yeah.
Cool.
How do you? Are you getting closer?
Uh,
Because we're at
Yeah,
the
I
top of a shaft here.
Yeah,
so down.
because it's a straight shaft. There's no
it's
there's no
straight
like
down.
path down.
Okay.
I know, Sadie, it's so bad.
I can fly down and
I-
take pictures if you want.
I look over at Ma. Can I borrow your deployable cover?
Of course, sweetheart. She takes it off and passes it over to Sparky.
I would like to combine that with my own to create temporary stairs down using invent or create.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say go ahead and roll a D20.
I got a 15.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no problem. You're able to just slide down a little bit, jam the cover underneath, and then
It takes her a while, but Sparky just jams one bit of the cover into the side of the wall and then sets another one a little bit further down. So she basically just makes stairs that she rips out and puts down in front of her.
okay. Nice.
So she probably gets down to about 20 meters out from it.
All right. Does heat dissipate over time? I can't.
If
remember
you
what it
weren't if you weren't in space, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the shitty part about being in vacuum. There's nowhere for it to dissipate.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, heat resets either when you take any form of rest or when you use destabilize.
Yeah, and I've used Stabilize to do that.
Okay.
I would assume stabilized, sort of in.
Yeah.
It has some kind of like specific venting mechanism.
Yeah, like you have the ability to like
You could just like flush coolant.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stabilizing is like you see like the small circular pistons rise out of the side of the mech and steam rises off of
Just
them.
the heating coils pop out. And,
Promptly exposed to the vacuum of space.
I mean, yeah, but the heating coils outside of the mech will cool the mech down, and they can cool down slower, even though they're not. They'll still cool down some amount, Like, you still radiate heat in space. You just don't radiate it very effectively.
Actually, you radiate it more effectively because everything around you is very cold.
No, because there's nothing around you to radiate it through. You actually you hold on to heat very well in space.
It's counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but you feel like it's
Space
cold,
space isn't cold. It is the absence of warmth.
Well,
There's a
actually,
difference.
we're not in 0G. We're actually in the atmosphere of this asteroid, which, as minimal as it is still stuff to leach heat.
Yeah, it's negligible though.
But yeah, still,
But it's not nothing.
we have
it's not
stabilized, so the heat isn't irrelevant. At the moment.
Okay,
What is-
so getting a bit closer to this ion engine.
Yeah. Go ahead and look over it. I just have to find something else.
If you're looking, it might be like an engineering save to resist heat from the ion engine, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, no, it's an engineering save. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was looking for. But it's not to
So-
resist the heat.
How does saves work?
Same.
They use your engineering skill, and if you have anything that modifies a save, it's affected by it.
All right, so
In fact, I believe. Let me check the reg and let me check the. You get to add +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves, so you still get the power up boost to your saves.
Well, Sparky never activated the hyperspec fuel injector, so
I mean that's fine. I still get a bonus because I put a point in engineering.
Hey,
I should have gotten a bonus for my hull check then, because I have a point in hull.
Another 15.
15. All right. You can your visuals getting closer to this ion engine, especially one of this size, is starting to affect your mech a little bit, but you're able to resist because of the hardening that you've applied to your mech.
Astro, proximity warning. Handle it.
All right.
So,
And yeah.
what do I see on this engine? Is there a any particular identification, specs, where it might have come from?
Nothing that you can see from here. Even closer, it looks like a generic. It looks like it may have been intended for a ship, but repurposed. This close, you can see that it seems to be at least recently printed. It doesn't have a whole lot of wear and tear for. It's an older model engine, but it doesn't have a whole lot of wear and tear.
All right.
And go for it.
To that end, I will retreat back out of the shaft to regroup with the team.
All right.
And return the deployable cover to Moore that I borrowed.
Frames down. So rack it back up on the back of the neck.
All right. And with that, we will end this session.
The dogs are very adamant that we end the session.
Yeah. It's that time of night.
All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
All right.
And we'll see you next time.